From Giving Back Studio, this is Giving Back Podcast.
अनि के छ कस्तो भइरहेछ आजकल सब ठिक छ नि हैन
के हो यार यहाँ कोभिडको बेला छ हैन अब यस्तै हो काम घरमा बस्यो काम गर्यो एक्स्ट्रा काम गर्यो हैन अब यही फ्लोमा चाहिँ अब त्यही घरमा बसेर वर्क फ्लो अलि राम्रो बनायो बाहिर जाने अब छैन हैन आफूलाई त बाहिर जाने गरेको छैन अहिले सकेसम्म अब त्यही त हो नि
नाइस अति बवाल सौरभ अनि लेट्स बिगिन विथ द बेसिक्स हैन अब क्लाउड कम्प्युटिङ अथवा आजकल चाहिँ बिग नेम्सहरू क्लाउड कम्प्युटिङ अझै अब माइक्रोसफ्टको एज्युरहरू हैन गुगल क्लाउडहरू आइरहेको छ त्यो भन्दा पनि बिग लाइन इन द क्लाउड जोनमा चाहिँ AWS हैन हाउ डु यु डिफाइन क्लाउड इन्डस्ट्री
क्लाउड कम्प्युटिङ भनेको चाहिँ कसरी सोचौँ भन्दाखेरि 10 वर्ष अगाडि के थियो हामीसँग हैन 10 वर्ष मतलब 20 इयर्स ब्याक जाम हैन अनि हामी सोचौँ कि ल मलाई चाहिँ म चाहिँ मार्क जकरबर्ग हो रे अनि मलाई चाहिँ अब एउटा फेसबुक जस्तै आइडिया आयो रे हैन अब म चाहिँ के गर्थेँ भन्दाखेरि एउटा सर्भर गरेर किन्थेँ हैन अब एउटा सर्भर किन्थेँ सर्भरमा चाहिँ सर्टेन अमाउन्ट अफ रिक्वेस्ट चाहिँ मैले सर्भ गर्न पाउँथेँ अब के हुन्थ्यो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ अब क्रिसमसको टाइम भनौँ होइन अन्त ब्ल्याक फ्राइडेको टाइम भनौँ मेरो सपिङहरूको त एक्टिभिटी बढी हुन्छ अनि त्यो बेलाको लागि चाहिँ स्पाइक चाहिँ मैले कसरी ह्यान्डल गर्छु त त्यो स्पाइक ह्यान्डल गर्नको लागि चाहिँ मैले एक्स्ट्रा क्यापेसिटी किन्नु पर्थ्यो अनि मलाई चाहिने भन्दा डिमान्ड भन्दा अलवेज सप्लाई चाहिँ बढी हुनु पर्थ्यो त्यो कम्प्युटर रिसोर्सेसको स्टोरेजको एभ्रिथिङको होइन अनि त्यसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ के भयो भन्दाखेरि म त एज अ स्टार्टअप मलाई चाहिँ त्यो कन्फिडेन्स त त्यस्तो एक्सट्रिम कन्फिडेन्स आएन नि त ल म चाहिँ एउटा कम्पनी खोल्यो भने एउटा वेबसाइट खोल्यो भने त्यसलाई स्केल गर्न चाहिँ सक्छु कि सक्दिनँ त म त्यो हलिडेको बेलामा होइन अब त्यो चाहिँ एउटा प्रब्लम भयो अब त्यो प्रब्लम चाहिँ कसरी सल्भ गर्ने भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ तपाईँले चाहिँ क्लाउड कम्प्युटिङ चाहिँ के पाउनुहुन्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ तपाईँले चाहिँ इलास्टिसिटी भन्ने एउटा टर्म छ जसले के भन्छ भने whatever capacity you need you pay as you go अनि whatever capacity you need you get that हैन and you can go up and down हैन you can go up and down so त्यो इलास्टिसिटी पाउने भयो जसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ तपाईलाई कन्फिडेन्टली एउटा प्रोडक्ट चाहिँ लन्च गर्न पायो अनि स्केल अप हैन whenever I have अब म त स्टार्टअप हो नि हैन मलाई त थाहा छैन कतिजना आउँछ भनेर अब सपोज म त एक्सपेक्ट गरौँला ए आम अ स्टार्टअप हैन 1000 people come to my website I'm happy हैन what if a million people come हैन भाइरल हुन्छ नि त आजकल एउटा सानो अब कसैले टिकटकमा एउटा भिडियो बनाइदिन्छ हैन एउटा समथिङ एउटा सानो इभेन्ट हुन्छ त्यो इभेन्टले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ मेरो भिडियो भाइरल हैन मेरो प्रोडक्ट भाइरल भएपछि आयो मान्छेहरू 10 मिलियन एउटा वेबसाइटमा अब म कसरी ह्यान्डल गरौँ त्यो हैन
एक्ज्याक्टली
मेरो त्यो कस्टमर्सहरू त लस हुने भयो अब म के गरी ई-कमर्स वेबसाइट छु रे म चाहिँ एउटा ई-कमर्स वेबसाइट अब एमाजोन जस्तै वेबसाइट चाहिँ मैले खोलेर स्टार्टअपको रूपमा खोलेँ अनि मान्छेहरू जब किन्न आइरहेको छ हैन पैसा मैले लस गरिरहेको छु हैन किन्न आएको मान्छेहरूलाई चाहिँ मेरो चाहिँ वेबसाइट डाउन भन्ने छ त्यो त अब नट अ गुड थिङ हैन अनि यसको लागि चाहिँ क्लाउड कम्प्युटिङ चाहिँ पर्फेक्ट छ हैन क्लाउड कम्प्युटिङ भनेको चाहिँ 5 वटा बिग टपिक छ हैन बिग 5 बिग पोइन्ट्स आई वान्ट टु मेक क्लाउड कम्प्युटिङ भनेको चाहिँ अन डिमान्ड डेलिभरी अफ कम्प्युट स्टोरेज डेटाबेसेस अनि अदर आइटी सर्भिसेस अन पे एज यु गो तपाईँले भन्नु अनि पे एज यु गो मोडल I don't pay up front. I pay as I go. I know. Only it's provided by a cloud services provider like Amazon or Google or Microsoft. Only it's delivered via the internet. Wherever there is internet, you have the cloud with you. Only if you look at this, it's just cloud computing is just a new way of doing things. It's doing the same things. Let's go 10 years back, a company, when they had to deploy applications, they had to set up their data centers, get a big warehouse, set up AC, electricity, buy servers. It will take months and months, Only by the time you get started, you're already 6 months in and you're already late, you're not innovating enough, you're doing the undifferentiated heavy lifting. By that what we mean everyone is doing data center operations when they don't need to.
Exactly.
If I can write a great piece of code and if I can write if I can code very well, why should I bother about setting up data centers?
Right.
I mean, of course you can, of course you can learn it, you can subcontract it, but you don't need to. It's not necessary. अनि यसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ के भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ हामीसँग दुईटा छ. एउटा चाहिँ अन प्रेम साइड अफ थिङ्स छ. अन प्रेमिसेस भनेको चाहिँ ओल्ड वे अफ डुइङ थिङ्स, अनि क्लाउड. They're both doing the same thing, but on prem you do the heavy lifting, you set up the servers, you maintain the data centers, you provide security, CCTV cameras, you decommission the hard disk, everything. You do it. Cloud on prem cloud cloud services provider sets up the data center. You do very little. It's
just
a shared
connect the port. Literally, you just connect the port.
It's all you need is internet. Exactly. Internet, credit card. Once you have that, once you authenticate, you have access to 170, 180 services on AWS cloud. Let me give you an analogy. About the best way to define, the best way to compare cloud one, electricity ko analogy ho. हामी सबैजनाको घरमा चाहिँ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी जोडिएको छ.
Really good example.
अनि अब मलाई इलेक्ट्रिसिटी चाहियो. अब एक दिन जाडो भयो अरे विन्टरमा, विन्टरमा जाडो भयो, म त मेरो हिटर चलाउँछु, इलेक्ट्रिक हिटर चलाउँछु. अनि इलेक्ट्रिक हिटर चलाउँदाखेरि मेरो बिल बढ्छ. के गरी मैले इलेक्ट्रिक हिटर चलाएन भन्ने त मेरो बिल त अब कमै हुने भयो नि. मेरो युसेज जति छ त्यसले चाहिँ मेरो प्राइस बढिरहेछ, मेरो कस्ट बढिरहेछ. अब त्यो इलेक्ट्रिक त सर्भिस हो नि त. अब इन अ वे थिङ्क अबाउट इट. अब हाम्रो फोन चाहिँ कस्तो मोडलमा गइसक्यो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ हामी चाहिँ $100 जति तिर्छौँ, एउटा सेट फी तिर्छौँ, भनेपछि वी गेट अनलिमिटेड थिङ्स. तर इलेक्ट्रिसिटी आई इभन लाइक दिस इभन बेटर, किनभने चाहिँ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी चाहिँ मैले जति युज गर्छु त्यति नै पे गर्छु. अब केही गरी चाहिँ अब आई डिसाइड मलाई चाहिँ एउटा कमर्सियल किचन बनाउन मन लाग्छ अरे, मलाई चाहिँ रेस्टुरेन्ट नै घरबाट अपरेट गर्नु पर्यो. अब त्यो बेलामा चाहिँ मेरो बिल त एक्सट्रिमली धेरै हुने भयो नि त, किनभने आई एम युजिङ मोर. आई एम creating business on top of my service that I'm getting. And if I have to pay, if I open a electric car charging port on my garage and on my backyard and garage, I can sell that, but I also have to pay for it, that electricity. अब सिमिलरली अब अमेरिकामा अब हामीलाई चाहिँ यहाँ ग्यास पनि छ. सिमिलरली हाम्रो ग्यास पनि आउँछ, घरसम्मै आउँछ. अब नेपालमा त जोक हान्छन् हैन, नेपालमा त अब केपी ओलीले चाहिँ ग्यास आउने भयो घरमा भनेर अब त्यो इम्पोसिबल हो जस्तो गर्छ. अमेरिकामा छ हैन. अब अनि कसरी सोचौँ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी एउटा सर्भिस भयो, ग्यास अर्को सर्भिस भयो. अब लेट्स अब मेबी हैन, अब मेबी कसैले गरेको भए त तेलहरू पनि टक्क लाएर घरमै आउने हैन, टक्क ट्याप खोल्यो. अब पानी एउटा सर्भिस भयो खासै भन्यो भने, पानी पनि. तर अब यिनीहरू त छुट्टा छुट्टै कम्पनीले अफर गरे हुन्छ नि त मोस्ट अफ द टाइम अमेरिकामा. तर अब जस्ट थिङ्क यस्तो एमाजोनले चाहिँ 170 वटा सर्भिस चाहिँ यस्तो, यु जस्ट पे एज यु गो, whenever you need it. Once you log in, एकचोटि क्रेडिट कार्ड, एकचोटि पेमेन्ट इन्फर्मेसन दिएपछि you have access to 170 of the services. You pay as you go. If you use more, you pay more at the end of the month.
Nice.
If you don't use, you don't pay. अब यो चाहिँ किन अति बवाल हो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ हैन, पहिलाको जमानामा चाहिँ यो चाहिँ अब इट्स अ क्रेजी आइडिया क्या. किनभने before you even start, you have to buy all these servers. त्यसलाई चाहिँ upfront investment हुन्थ्यो नि त. जस्तो before I even start, I'm a small company and I don't have a lot of capital. And the capital expenditure चाहिँ extremely high. अनि अब त्यो barrier to entry भयो नि त. अब क्लाउडमा चाहिँ just operational expense. If I run things, I pay. I don't have to pay upfront ever. So यसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ हैन, क्लाउड कम्प्युटिङ चाहिँ जस्ट इट्स अ डिफरेन्ट वे अफ डुइङ थिङ्स, बट यु गेट अ लट, यु गेट टु मुभ अ लट फास्टर, अनि यु गेट टु डु अ लट मोर while the cloud provider does a lot of heavy lifting for you.
Right. Okay, let's actually make it more low level understanding. अब कसैले चाहिँ right in jump गरेको छ हाम्रो कन्भर्सेसनमा भनेदेखि let's give them a hint, slight hint. Cloud भन्छौँ हामी हैन, लिटरली क्लाउड त होइन नि त, आकाशमा हुने क्लाउड त होइन नि होइन. सो यसको मिनिङ चाहिँ के हुनसक्छ अथवा हो भनेदेखि पहिले चाहिँ अब एउटा हामीले वेबसाइट जस्तो कुनै एउटा सर्भिस क्रिएट गऱ्यौँ भनेदेखि त्यसलाई हामीले लोकल्ली सर्भरहरू बनाएर डेटा सेन्टरहरू बनाएर हामीले सर्भ गरिरहेको हुन्थ्यो, त्यो इन्टरनेटमा एभाइलेबल हुन्थ्यो. तर मल्टिपल युजर्सहरू ट्राफिकहरू हुने भएको कारणले वी निड बिगर वेयर हाउस, बिगर डेटा सेन्टर्स. यसको लागि चाहिँ एउटा कम्पनी, डेडिकेटेड कम्पनी जसले चाहिँ त्यही काम मात्र गर्छ फोकस्ड भएर, एन्ड दोज कम्पनीज दे प्रोभाइड द सर्भिस फर अस, वी जस्ट लिटरली ह्याभ टु कनेक्ट द पोर्ट. सो क्लाउड चाहिँ यो अर्थमा क्लाउड भनिन्छ कि हामीले देख्दैनौँ नि त्यो डेटा सेन्टरहरू कहाँ छ के छ होइन, तर वी आर गेटिङ द सर्भिस एन्ड इट वर्क्स. त्यही भएर हामीलाई क्लाउड भनेको जस्तो लाग्छ है.
क्लाउड मान्छेहरूले डिफ्रेन्ट वेबाट डिफाइन गर्छ होइन, तर द्याट्स बेसिकली इट. क्या क्लाउड भनेको चाहिँ हुन्छ नि अब इट जस्ट वर्क्स भनौँ न होइन. इट्स आउट देयर, इट्स I don't have to look at it, I don't have to maintain it, होइन. It's in the cloud भन्छ नि होइन. अब तर भने नि अब क्लाउड कम्प्युटिङको अब अफिसियल डेफिनेसन भन्छ त्यही त्यो 5 point भने नि, पे एज यु गो, you can access it via the internet. It's provided by a cloud services provider.
Right.
And you can go up and down on usage. Right? It's elastic. And there's no capital investment, upfront investment. Basically, they.
So, तपाईँ चाहिँ Amazon वेब सर्भिसमा टेक्निकल एकाउन्ट म्यानेजर पनि हुनुहुन्छ. तपाईँको जब डिस्क्रिप्सन हल्का भनिदिनुहोस् न, ताकि हाम्रो अडियन्सलाई चाहिँ वाउ यस्तो पनि जब एक्जिस्ट गर्दो रहेछ, मेबी आई माइट बी अ राइट फिट फर द्याट जब भन्ने पनि सेन्स होस् भनेर.
Sure. म चाहिँ अब टेक्निकल अकाउन्ट म्यानेजर पोजिसन हो मेरो होइन. अनि एमाजोनको एउटा सब्सिडियरी भनेको क्लाउड कम्प्युटिङ सब्सिडियरी चाहिँ एमाजोन वेब सर्भिसेस. हामी चाहिँ वेब सर्भिसेस प्रोभाइड गर्छौँ. अनि अब हाम्रो बिजनेस त ग्रोइङ छ होइन. वी हेभ एन्टरप्राइजेस, स्टार्टअप्स, न्यू कम्पनीज, गभर्मेन्ट एजेन्सिज. अनि वेन दिज कम्पनीज गेट बिग, they have to purchase extra support, while they run on the cloud they need extra support. And for our biggest enterprise customers we have offering called enterprise support, and the enterprise support भयो भने चाहिँ के प्रब्लम आउने बित्तिकै हामीले चाहिँ उनीहरूलाई सल्भ गरिदिन्छौँ. प्लस चाहिँ अब त्यो त्यस्तो प्रब्लम चाहिँ भोलि पर्सि आउन पनि नदिनलाई प्रोएक्टिभली काम गरेर होइन, वी ट्राई टु वर्क विथ द कस्टमर्स टु मेक देम अपरेसनली बेटर होइन. अनि फर द्याट अब कस्टमरहरूले चाहिँ सपोर्ट टिकटहरू ओपन गर्छ. अनि त्यो चाहिँ अब सपोर्ट इन्जिनियरहरूले सल्भहरू गरेर हुन्छ. तर टेक्निकल अकाउन्ट म्यानेजर भनेको चाहिँ जस्ट टेक्निकल टर्म्समा त्यो अकाउन्टमा चाहिँ एभ्रिथिङ इज वर्किङ फाइन होइन. कस्टमर्स आर सेटिस्फाइड विथ द प्रोसेस, विथ द सपोर्ट केसेस, विथ if they have any questions about the cloud, if they want to talk to a specialist, and I can connect with them with a specialist. So I basically work with some of our biggest enterprise customers, and I help them operate better. I basically help them. I help unblock them. How to unblock them if they have a problem, if they have a issue. How can I unblock them? How can I make them move faster? That's what I do.
अति बवाल. अनि अब एमाजोनको पनि लेट्स AWS certification भन्छ आजकल होइन. And it's really popular and really quite expensive too. But let's tell our audience why it is important and why this is the next big thing you can do.
Yeah, so I'm a big believer in certifications, and in fact I have many certifications.
9, in fact.
I have 9 AWS certifications even now, and I'm working on one more.
Wow.
And I like certifications because it's a way to learn new things, fast. Yeah, when you go for a certification, you're basically trying to answer different scenarios that the certification committee has made to test you on a certain aspect, on a certain field. But there's a certification for networking, there's a certification for developers, there's a certification for architects, and there are certifications for security, for machine learning, for data science. So I can obviously, I don't need to get all these certifications 9. My job probably requires me to have one professional certificate. That's it. And it's good to have more, but I get more because I get to push myself. I get to set a deadline, and I get to just immerse myself. Because I have a goal, I have a deadline, and then I learn everything. And you just go and give the exam. If you pass, you feel like you have a certain level of understanding, and other people will get that. When they look at your certifications, it's not like you are an expert on that field. Once you get certified, it's not like you're an expert. It's just like you're saying to other people, and I have certain level of competence, I have certain level of understanding. So and Amazon ko चाहिँ AWS ko चाहिँ अहिले 13 वटा छ हैन अब मसँग चाहिँ 9 वटा छ अनि अब त्यो हुन्छ नि it's always अब like catch up क्या हुन्छ नि it always keeps going up हैन when I started it was like 7 certifications and I was thinking I should get 7 and when I'm at 7 it's already 12 and when I'm at 9 it's 13 हैन.
So why does it even exist, the culture of certification? किनकि यो मलाई चाहिँ के लाग्छ भने यो Amazonको AWS हरुको सर्भिसहरु जुन वेमा एकदमै फास्ट ग्रोइङ भइरहेको छ नि त्यो टेक्निकल स्किल्स त्यो नलेजलाई चाहिँ हाम्रो एक्जिस्टिङ स्कुल सिस्टम एजुकेसन सिस्टमले त्यो फेच गर्छ जस्तो मलाई लाग्दैन के त्यही कारणले पनि AWS सर्टिफिकेसन एक्जिस्ट गरेको हो आजकल.
सर्टिफिकेसन भने चाहिँ पहिलादेखि नै हुन्थ्यो जस्तै पहिला चाहिँ यो सिस्को हैन भेरी पपुलर सिस्कोको CCNA भन्ने नेटवर्किङको हुन्थ्यो अनि AWS सर्टिफिकेसनमा चाहिँ दुईटा टाइपको हुन्छ कि अब मेनी टाइप्स मध्ये दुईटा टाइप चाहिँ एउटा चाहिँ भेन्डर एग्नोस्टिक हैन एउटा चाहिँ भेन्डरले बनाएको हैन अब जस्तै Amazonको सर्टिफिकेसन भने चाहिँ भेन्डर स्पेसिफिक भयो हैन मैले चाहिँ Amazonको मात्र टेस्ट लिइरा छ नि त अनि अर्को पपुलर वे टु गेट सर्टिफाइड इज भेन्डर एग्नोस्टिक भन्छ कम्प्टिया भन्ने हैन नेटवर्क प्लस A प्लस सिक्युरिटी प्लस भने चाहिँ यो once you learn that हैन it can be applied to all vendors all the industry हैन अब त्यो चाहिँ पहिलादेखि नै एक्जिस्ट गर्थ्यो हैन it's a way to just validate हैन professionals in the industry who may not have a college degree हैन who may know how to do something and sometimes like you said हैन it's maybe the education system hasn't caught up हैन अनि it's a good way to validate हैन people so exactly history चाहिँ थाहा छैन मलाई किन सर्टिफिकेसन सुरु भयो भनेर तर हैन it makes sense क्या किनभने AWS cloud छ हैन अब how can employers know that हैन this person knows something हैन अब certification is one of the ways okay it's not like you even if you have 13 certificates it's not a guarantee that you'll get a job but it makes it extremely simple to find a job when you have 13 certs and when you put it on LinkedIn it becomes easier okay you get one step closer to the job right अब त्यो हो हैन अब
so there is a hook हैन तपाईले जब पनि कुरा गरिहाल्नु भयो so where does that scenario fit in जस्तै अब हामीसँग सर्टिफिकेट छ हैन then how does the job searching process start किनकि right now we are just making this content to help our fellow Nepali young people looking their way out of doing new things so let's make it more easier for them to follow what you guys did and what they might do as well. So, के हुन्छ त्यो job hiring cycle को process हरु?
Yeah, so the job hiring cycle भनेको चाहिँ it's I went through it a few times and it's and I like it and I enjoy that because you get to speak to many companies and you get to experience different teams different types of opportunities and it's always fun it's thrilling because Amazon ma chu it's a dream come true absolute when I'm working in the cloud industry it's the mothership but it doesn't mean that I cannot find some other interesting opportunity that I like so you get to explore from a vast array of opportunities that's the best part about being in an interview अनि at that point के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि म चाहिँ टिप्स चाहिँ के दिन्छु भन्दाखेरि इन्टरभ्यु लिनेहरुलाई चाहिँ every company is looking for certain kind of person अब अब इभन अब म चाहिँ अब एडब्ल्युएसमा काम गर्छु अब मैले चाहिँ अब एडब्ल्युएसको एक्सपिरियन्स देखाएन अरे होइन अब देखायो भने त अफकोर्स हल्का चिटिङ हुन्छ होइन तर केही को देखाएन भने चाहिँ आई स्टिल फिल द्याट होइन अब मेबी आई स्टिल गेट रिजेक्टेड फ्रम होइन लाइक 40% अफ द जब्स होइन द्याट आई वाज डुइङ बिफोर क्या किनभने every company is different. Every company has a different requirement and they need different tools, they need different kind of people, they need different kind of they need to fill a different kind of gap. Right. If it's a small company, they may require you to do everything by yourself. If it's a big company, you have a team with you and you can get a lot of help and they might only be looking for some extra help. And it really depends on what you should do. You should just research the company. You should see what they're doing. Maybe they have written some blogs online. They have some videos. It lets you know what's happening at the company. What the current employees they do and they like talking about. And at that point, you look at their website and you look at what they do. You learn about them. Do you get excited? Do you even get excited? I'm like. Let's say you're a big electric car fan and maybe you're like a big environmental person and
go for Tesla.
Yeah, of course it makes sense for you to work for Tesla because you have that passion and you have that you have that energy. You want to work for this company.
Because
but yeah. It becomes harder if you go and work for a utility company who's using coal to create the electricity
right.
There's like a disconnect between
ethical disbalancing.
Yeah it's balance हुँदैन क्या अनि त्यसले चाहिँ हल्का हुन्छ नि म चाहिँ कसरी थिङ्क गर्छु भन्दा चाहिँ फ्रिक्सन हटाउन हैन अब यो अपर्चुनिटी त्यो भने नि अब त्यो अपर्चुनिटीको पुलहरु चाहिँ त्यसरी नै यस्तो हुँदै जान्छ क्या मलाई के मन never think चाहिँ मलाई चाहिँ यो कम्पनीले चाहिँ मलाई हायर गर्ने म पनि कम्पनीलाई चुज गर्ने हो नि त हैन I get you should be in a position where you should have many options you should never have one so त्यसको लागि चाहिँ के गर्ने भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ त्यो कसरी इन्क्रिज गर्ने त मेरो अवेलेबल अप्सन हैन अब आफूले पनि सोच्नु पर्यो नि मलाई चाहिँ सकेसम्म टेस्लामा काम गर्न मन लाग्छ मलाई सकेसम्म एमाजोनमा काम गर्न मन लाग्छ हैन मलाई सकेसम्म टेकमा काम गर्न मन लाग्छ अनि त्यसपछि यु न्यारो डाउन हैन अनि त्यसपछि अनि when you go to a company and they have their own sets of requirements and they won't tell you everything but they'll be like we need one person who's done it who's done this before and he should be able to do everything by himself and he should be like a leader in this team or maybe you're not that maybe you have worked in a team environment but you're not ready to lead a team and at that point you just calibrate you go and interview never expect to get a job in one interview interview like tens and hundreds of times and I have not done hundreds but I've done tens of interviews and never be disappointed because like I said the other thing is interview लिने मान्छे हुन्छ नि कहिलेकाहीँ they're evaluating you based on if I will enjoy working with this guy
right exactly that's also important हामी actually next एउटा यसको लागि नयाँ मैले न्यू टर्म इन्ट्रोड्युस गर्न खोज्दैछु आजको पडकास्टमा द्याट इज कल्ड इमोसनल इन्टेलिजेन्स द्याट्स अल्सो भेरी इम्पोर्टेन्ट एन्ड तपाईँ बिकज यु वर्क इन अ बिग कम्पनी स्पेसली बिग कम्पनीजहरूमा आजकल अति नै हट टपिक छ होइन तपाईँले भन्नुभयो नि जसरी त्यो इन्टरभ्यू लिने मान्छेले जसले इन्टरभ्यू दिइरहेको छ त्यो मान्छेसँग चाहिँ डु द्याट पर्सन इन्जोय वर्किङ विथ द्याट पर्सन अर नट भन्ने कुराले एकदमै बिग फ्याक्टर हुन्छ होइन सो त्यसमै इमोसनल इन्टेलिजेन्स भन्ने को के हो यो एकदमै न्यू टर्म छ हामीहरूको लागि हाम्रो अडियन्स भनौँ न स्पेसली हाम्रो कम्युनिटीको लागि कतै कतै थाहा छ तर देयर इज अ ह्युज साइकोलोजिकल सोसियल साइन्स बिहाइन्ड दिस भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ थाहा नहुन सक्छ एन्ड दिस इज अल्सो भेरी इम्पोर्टेन्ट भनेर हामी लेट्स एजुकेट आवर अडियन्स
अब मलाई चाहिँ कति थाहा भएको भन्दाखेरि आई हेभन्ट गन टु डिप इन्टु इक्यू होइन अब तर अब इक्यू अब इट मेक्स सेन्स क्या इट्स इन्टुइटिभ होइन अब इट्स लाइक होइन दिस यु डोन्ट वान्ट बी द्याट गाई हु नोज एभ्रिथिङ टेक बट ही डजन्ट क्यान्ट रिड इमोसन्स होइन राइट you'll be speaking in front of a room of people होइन you may be extremely talented तर I'll give you an example होइन अब कोही मान्छे चाहिँ extremely टेक मा चाहिँ एकदमै सुप्रिमली ट्यालेन्टेड हुन्छ टेक savvy हैन they know they're like a very good coder हैन they can program very well, they can create applications, but maybe they can't explain it to others क्या हैन. It's a difference in that, because to teach something and you also have to know how to teach क्या, not just you just need to know, you just also know how to teach and how to to know how to teach and you have to understand the student and you have to look at the student, you have to understand what's happening, you have to get feedback, you have to do all those kind of things and let's say you are an extremely talented person in terms of what you do, but then you can't even read emotions, you can read a room and you go to do a tech talk and you're just speaking the audience is all like silent they're not interacting with you and because you're speaking at a fast pace you're not considering the audience's skill level, you're not doing anything, you're just delivering you're just saying okay I know this and this and that's the simplest example I can give if you had a little bit of I'm not exactly your EQ को define पनि नगरे हुन्छ तर मेरो understanding को रूपमा हैन if you just have अलिकति पनि EQ त्यो EQ खालको intelligence लायो भने चाहिँ हैन people are like looking at their phones हैन maybe हैन I have to like do something, maybe I'm not doing something right हैन अब if you're if you have a good EQ भनौं I don't like using this term हैन तर if you are like emotionally intelligent it's a bit better then you probably ask you'll probably ask the audience, hey, everything is okay is everything okay, is am I going too fast are you understanding it, what should I do, and you react instead of just like moving forward with what you're doing you react you look at the crowd maybe it turns out someone in the room is having a problem then as humans we go and help other people when someone is having a problem, so everyone is looking at that person and I'm just speaking there that's not good, so you have to understand like emotionally what people are doing how you have to read a room and you have to understand things like, for example, COVID you have to understand that many people are with their families I'm a single guy but I don't have to deal with like children and all that but many of my coworkers they they have children actually coming into the room when they're working it's I don't have to face that problem, but I need to know that that's a problem if someone is not turning on their mic maybe on a meeting maybe I need to understand that okay it's probably noisy in the house, so यस्तो कुराहरु चाहिँ you need to know it's workplace मा चाहिँ टेक भनेको चाहिँ if you only know tech if you only know your topic it's not enough it's maybe like 20 to 30% and everything else is you have to know how to manage yourself, you have to know how to work with others, you have to know how to do various other soft skills are important, so it's a big circle it's not just one thing and EQ is a big part of whatever they call EQ something like, so that is a big part EQ it's not like a hard science the emotional very side important. Of things it's very important
अझै यो चाहिँ युएस जस्तो कन्ट्री अझ बिग कन्ट्री डाइभर्स कन्ट्रिजहरुमा अति इम्पोर्टेन्ट हुन सक्ने चान्सेस किन हुन्छ भने आई थिंक हामी एउटै कम्युनिटीको एउटै भनौं न रिजनको मान्छे भयो भने वी sort of understand what goes in their mind kind of case भनौं न तर हामी यहाँ चाहिँ अति नै डाइभर्स कम्युनिटी भेट्छौं नि युरोपको नि भेट्छौं एसियाको नि भेट्छौं साउथ अमेरिकाको भेट्छौं everything सबै मान्छेहरु आउँछ and whatever feels right to us might not be right to the other communities and in that case यो चाहिँ एकदमै बिग र एकदमै इम्पोर्टेन्ट कुरा हुनुको कारण त्यो पनि हुन सक्छ let's talk about money now, really important, really fun part पैसाको कुरा let's do it. What makes these big tech companies pay the employees really good, decent, 106-figure salary is not a joke. What kind of problems do the employees solve so that the companies are willing to pay that much of money to them?
Sure. So it's a vast topic. I can give you examples that a few examples that might help everyone understand. But one example, just a cloud, one of the big things is automation. होइन अब instead of doing one thing again and again manually you know you have to पुरानो डेजमा चाहिँ त्यो क्लाउड जस्तो चाहिँ क्लाउडमा चाहिँ everything is API driven क्या everything you do on AWS होइन you can do with an API call call चाहिँ programmatically you can start something you can create servers you can you know store objects and you can store your files programmatically and you don't need to go and you know click with mouse you can just program something and you can do things
automated
everything almost everything 99% of the things only 10 years ago think about how much waste we had I know everyone was doing the data center stacking and racking होइन अब त्यो त भइहाल्यो तर even with application मा क्या even when configuring the application deploying the application a lot of things was manual क्या अनि you probably had a big team होइन like a bigger team doing something अनि cloudमा आइसक्दाखेरि चाहिँ अहिले not just because of cloud because of other things like other tools other technologies होइन we're at the phase where you can automate a lot of these things and automate गरेपछि के भयो once you have something and you want to have that code or that script or that template हैन then त्यो man hour चाहिँ सेभ भयो नि त अब हैन if you तपाईले चाहिँ अब एउटा टेम्प्लेट बनाएर एउटा क्लाउड फर्मेसन भनेको चाहिँ क्लाउड फर्मेसन एउटा सर्भिस हो जुनले चाहिँ एउटा टेक्स्ट फाइल बनायो भने चाहिँ you can create a data center of the past हैन a whole data center with thousands of servers हैन storage databases everything can be contained in one text file and you deploy that and not just you can but you can give it to anyone you can find these examples on the internet and anyone can deploy the things that you just created and what happens when I say millions of hours saved and ke bhayo you're instead of paying someone you're increasing the productivity and it only makes sense when you're increasing the productivity multiple times you're getting paid twice
right
totally makes sense so यो चाहिँ एउटा example भयो तर अब अर्को example चाहिँ अब के हो भन्दाखेरि business चाहिँ you have to look at many different ways क्या हैन अब obviously I don't understand it fully हैन but अब के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ Amazon मा चाहिँ हामी चाहिँ one of the big things चाहिँ we're customer obsessed हैन अब compared to a competitor obsessed हैन अब other thing obsessed self obsessed हैन अब customer obsessed भने चाहिँ we innovate for the customers हैन अनि Amazon ko one of the leadership principles one of the most important leadership principles is customer obsession and you have to be obsessed for the customer and when you're obsessed for the customer then you can innovate for the customer and you can think big for the customer and you can deliver results for the customer so big companies they also look for a certain kind of person to work for them if they can integrate with their culture and if someone feels like this person will innovate for my customer this person will create a new thing create something a simple solution for a complex something this person has the ability to create a simple solution for my customers for the customer so कम्पनीहरुले त धेरै कुरा हेर्छ अब एउटा कुरा त obviously productivity automationहरुले गर्दाखेरि त्यो पैसा बढ्ने भयो अर्को कुरा चाहिँ you can create new things क्या when you are a certain type of person when you hire someone of a certain type mentality हरुको attitude हरुको work history credentials projects भएको and they can companies know that they can create a whole new thing for a customer like look at Amazon क्या Amazon Alexa
right
it was an idea at first Amazon Prime it was an idea at first you get to contribute these ideas in big companies and you get to write new business cases and then you get to promote it and you get to defend their idea and you get to develop your idea and this is why you make a lot of money because it's when you go your opportunities are endless the business has endless opportunities because you've joined and you can do productivity you can make some improvements you can create new products you can do that but also the side of things when it's a case on the impact you can make it has increased so much अब before अब पहिला चाहिँ यो data center मा यो limited भएर चाहिँ अब the things you could do were limited because भने नि अब let's take a look at machine learning big data and machine learning अब to have the privilege of working with big data, you had to have a big storage system, अनि पास्टमा चाहिँ अब स्टुडेन्ट रिसर्चरहरूलाई त त्यो पाउन गाह्रो थियो
Right.
अब अहिले चाहिँ you can just request a large server, not even join a company, you can just open a AWS account and you can start experimenting, and maybe you experiment for 5 hours, and maybe you spend like $50, 5 hours, man. It's a big sum, but 5 hours per se it's done, and to $50 you can provision 2,000 servers.
Wow.
As long as you remember to turn it off, because it's very dangerous. Cloud it's easy to turn on, but your bill will go up. You have to turn it off. So if you remember to turn it off, you can do so many things, so much, and so quickly. And when you have that ability to make that big of an impact, let's say you join a company and you do something, and just because when you're tinkering and experimenting, and when you can make an impact, you can create a new industry, you can create a new product, just by tinkering and working, and it makes sense to pay people more, that's what I think. So just a few examples, it totally makes sense to pay people more at this point. And final कुरा चाहिँ a lot of the tech companies, the payment, the salary is high because we get equity,
right.
The base salary it's similar to the other big companies, that we get equity, and tech equity stock it's growing, always growing, at least recently it's been growing. So that's one part, you get to be part of the company, you own part of the company, and when you own part of the company, you feel like it's my own, right? So as you grow the company, as you do better, and as everyone around you does better, then you're making more money, अनि यही भएर चाहिँ हुन्छ नि कहिलेकाहीँ you when you join a company, your salary may not be so high, but when your stock appreciates, you're making like really good money, big money, so just one way to think is whatever you put, whatever your peers put into a company, you have a chance to like 10x your earnings, just because that equity has grown so much, so त्यसरी सोच्नुपर्छ. Big companies let's say big part they give you stocks, stocks, that's how they pay you big.
Really good. अति नै बवाल यो इन्सेन्टिभ बेस्ड वर्क कल्चर चाहिँ एकदमै अप्रिसिएटेड छ युएस को चाहिँ एटलिस्ट है टेक कम्पनीजहरुको. अब आजकल त कोभिडले गर्दा आई नो वी नो कि यु आर वर्किङ फ्रम होम, हैन? अनि अब हामी तर एक्चुअली रियल कम्पनीमा चाहिँ वर्क कल्चर कस्तो हुन्छ? व्हाट इज योर टिपिकल डे इन लाइफ एट वर्क?
मेरो पोजिसन चाहिँ अब I'm a customer facing, मेरो customer facing पोजिसन हो, हैन? अनि before COVID, what I used to do was go to the customer location a few times a month, हैन? And every 3 months we had like a big meet up with the customers. I know we went to dinners and things like that, and not just to we did a quarterly, like review kind of things, and we hang out for a bit, that kind of thing. So I get to stay close to the customer. So some of my peers, they go to the customer location every day. Wow. I had to go, and you get to create your own schedule. Okay? You can go there once a week, once a month, and twice a month. It's up to you. It's up to the customer also. For me, it was I sometimes went to the Amazon office, and sometimes went to the customer location. Sometimes worked from home. That's just my team. That's just my team and my organization. My organization. Other teams, they prefer like working together, working in person. And even now, some of the teams at Amazon, I'll give you a quick example. We may not turn on our cameras. Some teams, they may have a culture to turn on the cameras when they're doing a chat. And so every team is different, because we have many teams, thousands and thousands.
Also
of
depends
employees.
on the manager. The manager goes to culture. Locally imposed गर्ने भने कुरा पनि म्याटर गर्छ होला, डिपेन्ड गर्छ होला सायद.
Yeah, definitely.
Really good, Saurav. अति बवाल. अब लेट्स कम ब्याक टु नेपाल, हैन? नेपाली कम्युनिटीमा स्पेशली यो गिभिङ ब्याक पडकास्ट गर्नुको कारण चाहिँ वी आर ट्राइङ टु हेल्प आवर कम्युनिटी ग्रो in academic and professional genre. So let's get to know you more a little bit more, and let's tell our audience if you have any projects that are especially designed or focused for Nepali community. It doesn't have to be in Nepal, है किनकि एउटा एउटा के भन्छ लाइक एउटा थेसिस छ क्या जुनमा चाहिँ म बिलिभ गर्छु होइन यो चाहिँ आई थिङ्क हाम्रो डाक्टर विशाल गेवालीले भन्नुभएको थियो इफ यु वान डु समथिङ फर द कन्ट्री यु डोन्ट ह्याभ टु necessarily be in the country भन्नुभएको छ होइन it can be the community around the world if you help your community that's a big help so let's get to know you do you have any projects that are especially your design or created for Nepali community.
Before I go there, I want to congratulate you. I know you set up this great platform to share these kind of insights. I know with other Nepali people. I know, and that's great. So far I've seen a couple of podcasts in the past. So congratulations to you. And great job. And so you're just giving us these kind of platforms, and people can just come and do whatever they want to share. It's good that you've created this platform. So first of all, appreciate you doing this for the community. And keep doing the good work. To your question. Yes, I know. I like experimenting. I am always experimenting, and obviously being from Nepal, you have to like when you experiment, something happens. And I've done a few projects for the Nepalese community. First of all, I have a couple of YouTube channels.
Wow.
One is English YouTube channel. I used to run it before joining Amazon. I don't contribute too much there. Haven't done anything since joining Amazon, but Cloud Yeti, in fact, inspired by Yeti, Cloud Yeti. It's like it's my channel name. It's my channel name, and I have like 6, 7, 8,000 subscribers. And after that, and I thought, maybe we should do something for the Nepalese community. And I also opened a couple of like Nepali tutorial channel, Nepali IT channel. Facebook, I have a couple of pages like just experimentation at one point. And I thought I would like open a job portal for the Nepalese community. And so different things, and nothing has gone big. But I'm always trying, because experiment, but you never know where you get and who you meet. It's always good. But I keep in touch with the Nepali community. In fact, I recently KU ma padne euta developer bhaiसँग चाहिँ क्लास पनि लिइरहेको थिएँ एउटा कोडिङको क्लास अनि त्यस्तो पनि म कहिलेकाहीँ गर्छु तर I'm always connected and I follow a couple of developer groups on Facebook, IT entrepreneurs of Nepal भन्ने पनि follow गर्छु तर so far my projects they haven't they're not so big, but it's out there.
I
maybe
think
at one
I have to tell you this, Saurav. I have to tell you this. You know what? Every little things that we do for our community that counts and that matters. Because अब हामी community नै सानो छौं, सानो देश छौं हैन. Everything we do thinking that might help someone, even the एकजना मात्र किन नहोस् हैन, that helps. And thank you so much for doing this. I want to reinforce this. हुन्छ नि सौरभको च्यानल प्लिज हामी डिस्क्रिप्सनमा राख्छौँ. Please go there and make Saurav make more productive videos for you guys. किनकि हैन that should happen. And thank you once again, Saurav. You're really amazing. Let's अब हामी त एकदमै it's very easy हैन. अब हामी US मा आएर big cities एकदमै resourceful place मा आएर यति एनर्जी स्टेट अलि हाई हुन्छ क्या त्यो चाहिँ मैले फिल गरेको होइन. हामी एकदमै हाई एनर्जी स्टेट लेभलमा पुगेर कुराहरू गरिरहेको हुन्छौँ, सोचिरहेको हुन्छौँ, which is really good and we are doing really good things. But still हामीले नेपालमै बसेर सोच्ने हो भनेदेखि that might not actually be plausible. Many factors are होइन. Let's not go into the negative side, but still नेपाल जस्तो underdeveloped countries-हरूले चाहिँ यो टेक्नोलोजीहरू एडाप्ट गरेर होइन how they might leapfrog the culture of innovation जस्तै स्टार्टअपहरूको लागि it might be a good हुन्छ नि एकदमै खतरा कुरा हुन सक्छ के हुन्छ नै भनौँ न यो क्लाउड. So what are your suggestions or what do you think how it might help the culture of startups in Nepal?
Yeah, so क्लाउडले चाहिँ एउटा कुरा एकदमै के अब म चाहिँ अब क्लाउड मान्छे भएर क्लाउड भनेर गयो होइन तर क्लाउडले चाहिँ के गर्न सक्छ इन टर्म्स अफ इनोभेसन नेपालमा चाहिँ भने ब्यारियर टु एन्ट्री चाहिँ एकदमै कम छ होइन अब थिङ्क अबाउट इट होइन 20 years ago अमेरिकामै पनि कुनै कम्पनीलाई पनि त्यो डेटा सेन्टर गर्न चाहिँ इट्स नट एन इजी जब क्या बिकज यु हेभ टु बाई अप फ्रन्ट होइन अब नेपालमा सेम थिङ होइन developers are getting the same advantages and you can open a AWS account and in fact AWS is handing out credits to startups. I know if you're a startup in Nepal you can get AWS credits, thousands of dollars to get started. And you can get developer credits for doing different hackathons, blah blah blah. And if you are interested in building on top of AWS you actually can get credits. I know and when you start building, you only pay for what you use. I know. It's a great thing. Yeah. Now you can start building. Now, now you need to start building. I know because there's no excuses now. Everyone has the same playing field. If you end up creating something decent where someone is, customers are coming to your website and they're interacting, then you make money. I know but you grow your uses in the cloud, you pay for more resources, but you also increase your business. So at this point, no excuses. You have to start building, and you have to start building. And by building, what I mean, you can build a website, you can build a blog, you can build a e-commerce website, you can build a YouTube channel, you can build a media company, you can build a machine learning company, you can build an artificial intelligence service company, and you can do many things. And there's no reason to wait, and you have to start building. And I encourage everyone watching to just start building, start doing something, because it's so easy to do it now, and you can scale things so easily, and you can put it out in the world so easily. So what you need to do, everyone watching, if you're interested in the cloud, is just learn something and start building. Start building, start showing what you built on GitHub and online LinkedIn, and start collaborating, start sharing, start teaching what you've learned, and look for jobs. Some of you might end up working at different companies. Some of you might end up working at Amazon, Google, Facebook. Some of you might become a startup founder. You might open your own company. At that point you can do amazing things. But Nepalko perspective ma चाहिँ के भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ अहिलेसम्म चाहिँ क्या it's never been possible to do many things and basic things. अब क्लाउडले चाहिँ के दिन्छ भन्दाखेरि I'll give you a simple example. Not just compute अनि database अनि storage, that's like the basic building blocks. Cloud AWS ले चाहिँ it provides you building blocks. अब one of the building blocks is our machine learning and AI services. Now with the AI services, what you can do immediately in countries like Nepal, you can use it to, for example, let's say if you don't have a person who can detect disease on X-rays, you can use machine learning to train the models. And when we don't have enough labor force to do certain things like hospitals, maybe telemedicine. Telemedicine, you can create video chat, and you can even create transcripts of the call, and you can analyze things. Everything is machine learning is available to you with one API call. You can just send the audio; it will give you a transcription. You can even extract the sentiment from that transcription. You can extract the meaning from that transcription, and then you can do many things. You can classify it, put it on a database, and you can help out patients like that. Similarly, AI ले चाहिँ अब एउटा सिम्पल एक्जाम्पल चाहिँ जस्तो यो एउटा हाम्रो C-SPAN भन्ने अमेरिकामा छ नि, जस्तै त्यो भने चाहिँ पोलिटिसियनहरुको चाहिँ त्यो कांग्रेसहरुको चाहिँ मिटिङहरु देखाउँछ नि. अनि पहिला चाहिँ उनीहरुले चाहिँ हरेक मान्छेलाई देखाउँदाखेरि चाहिँ एउटा मान्छेले चाहिँ म्यानुअली के यो मान्छे चाहिँ स्पिकर न्यान्सी पेलोसी हो है भनेर यस्तो स्क्रिनमा देखाउँथे नि. नाउ इट्स अटोमेटेड क्या. AWS को टेक्नोलोजीमा चाहिँ त्यो फ्रेम पठाउँछ अनि फेस डिटेक्सन भएर दिस इज न्यान्सी पेलोसी हैन. That's automated. And similarly, you can do so many things. Okay, you can take it to a restaurant in Nepal, and you can get feedback, you can get reviews, you can look at sentiment, you can analyze the sentiment. You can take these machine learning services, take it to any industry in Nepal, and then you can start making an impact. Yeah. It can be a small impact, it may end up being a big impact, but you have the basic building blocks like computer and servers, you have machine learning.
Yep.
Now, 5 years ago, it was only available to big companies. Now, every developer,
it's democratized.
It's absolutely, every developer can just start
access
using
that,
the AI services, one API call, and you can recommendation engine also. Just say you watch a video, and you may also like this
videos.
You can create that with a simple few lines of code now. Yeah.
Right.
With machine learning, machine learning will take a look at your past data, and it will tell you, whenever a new customer lands at your page and it's looking at a page, he may like this because they have the past data and they've done machine learning, So possibilities are endless, and the only thing that needs to be done is you need to build, experiment, build, and maybe you end up failing at like few things, but मैले भने नि जस्तै एउटा मात्र थिङमा लागेर चाहिँ नि अब it's a good thing to double down on one thing, हैन तर त्यो beginning phase मा चाहिँ त्यो double down गर्नु हुँदैन नि त जस्तै when you are experimenting and when you are still collecting the data, हैन you don't want to stick with that field and be like, okay, I'll work on this forever, हैन it's not like that anymore, and like हाम्रो पेरेन्ट्सहरुको जमानामा दुई जेनेरेसन अगाडि एउटा जब सुरु भएपछि दे रिटायर्ड, हैन with वर्किङ अन दैट सेम जब. अब अहिले चाहिँ you can see people moving, हैन अमेरिकामा झन् इन्ट्रेस्टिङ छ क्या. जस्तै नेपालमा चाहिँ अहिले पनि के कन्सेप्ट छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ मैले इन्जिनियरिङ पढ्यो भने म चाहिँ इन्जिनियरै हो.
एक्ज्याक्टली,
हैन मैले चाहिँ इङ्ग्लिस मेजर हो भने चाहिँ म इन्जिनियर हुन त चान्सै छैन, हैन अमेरिकामा चाहिँ यहाँ इङ्ग्लिस मेजर पढेर आउँछ, एउटा बुट क्याम्प जान्छ, अनि नेक्स्ट मन्थ इज अ सफ्टवेयर इन्जिनियर, हैन अनि यो त्यो माइन्डसेट पनि अलिकति चेन्ज गर्नु पर्यो क्या, हैन तर म चाहिँ के भन्छु भने build अनि experiment, क्या build and experiment, try things, try different things. It's easy to try things and it's cheaper to try things. So build, experiment, हैन अनि keep doing it.
College degree ले कस्तो रोल खेलिरहेको हुन्छ, especially about technology industries हरूमा, हैन? Are you a good fan of the holding a college degree and getting a job, or just building the skill sets and apply for job?
म चाहिँ I'm a big fan of online learning, हैन अनि I'll just tell you this, हैन when I joined Amazon I didn't have a 4-year degree.
Wow.
हैन अब at this point, you don't need a degree to work at a big company, because at the end of the day, you college degree मा चाहिँ computer science मा चाहिँ हुन्छ नि, they don't teach you like the hands-on stuff that you'll be doing the next week when you join a company, and that's why the certifications help. That's why building projects help. मैले भने नि go build भने नि, हैन build भनेको चाहिँ it can be simple as a small program that does one thing, हैन it can be as simple as it's getting a list of the most popular videos in Nepal for a day, and you're sending a text to your
friends,
viewers, your subscribers, your users, simple thing. It's like literally a simple application, a simple service, and you're sending it via text. Yeah, it's not even a website, but it's a service, you're giving some value to the customer. So that you can, that's a project. Yeah, that's literally a project, that's a unit of a project. That can be like a simple project, but you can see the impact, you're actually providing value. Or you build these kind of things, build small, start with small things, and you put it out on GitHub. Share your code, share things. And when you share things, you can, that's one part. Certifications, let's say, okay, he knows his stuff. And the second, let's say, you can show your projects, and then you can show your work experience. Some people show their college degree because, of course, Harvard, he must be something, because हार्वर्डले नै त्यो छिर्नु अगाडि चाहिँ उनीहरूको ड्यू डिलिजेन्स चेक गरेर उनीहरूले जस्ट 1% कति 5-6% मात्र मान्छे छिराउँछ भने अब हार्वर्ड डिग्री चाहिँ स्टिल म्याटर्स क्या हुन्छ नि तर अब मोस्ट अफ द कलेजेस हुन्छ नि मेनी कलेजेसहरू चाहिँ अब इट डजन्ट म्याटर आई थिङ्क होइन कलेज डिग्री इज नट इम्पोर्टेन्ट स्पेसली होइन सम पिपल थिङ्क इट्स द ओन्ली थिङ होइन इट्स नट द्याट क्या इट डेफिनेटली हेज इट्स भ्याल्यू होइन मेबी लेट्स से यु कम्पेयर टु पिपल अनि वान इज college graduated, one is not. Maybe the college grad will get some considerations when becoming a manager, right? Or कुनै ठाउँमा हुन्छ नि जस्तै let's say you're working with someone from the past and they want someone with a college degree, so certain situations मा चाहिँ it's still good to have a college degree, but don't make it a blocker. Okay, I didn't make it a blocker, and I was able to get a job without a 4-year degree. I did have a 2-year degree. I went to UMD, dropped out, and went to community college, and finished my 2-year degree, and then I started getting certified. And in fact, to 4-year college, the community college, ma padeko kura chai very impactful, very close to the job, and it's helping you to prepare for the job, compared to a computer science degree. And I went in as a computer science major, and I had to drop out, because of many reasons. अब त्यो कुरा नगर मैले हैन तर हुन्छ नि it's college degree भनेको not a necessity anymore. Okay, it's good to have thing. That's my perspective.
Right. अति बवाल सौरभ अति मजा आयो तपाईको केही सजेसन छ जसले यो FAGAM कम्पनीजहरुमा अप्लाई गर्न खोजिरहेको छ स्पेशली अब आजकल हामी धेरै कम्प्युटर साइन्स स्टुडेन्ट्सहरु देख्छौं स्टेम फ्याकल्टीज एन्ड नेभर माइन्ड यो ठुलो बिग टेक कम्पनीजहरुमा चाहिँ यु डोन्ट नेसेसरीली हैव टु बी अ टेक पर्सन टु अप्लाई फर दिस कम्पनीज हैन तपाई सोशल साइन्स अथवा कुनै पनि फिल्डको भएर पनि अप्लाई गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ सो व्हाट आर योर सजेसन्स फर देम टु get into the company?
So the first suggestion भनेको चाहिँ big tech companies भनेको चाहिँ they have thousands of jobs, they have jobs in tech, in finance, in events, they do big events, all around the world. They have different kind of requirements for managers, it's not like Google only has a tech position, right? So you have to think about all the other positions. Only when I tell people about the cloud, what I say is, especially about cloud, cloud is so vast, that cloud ले चाहिँ नयाँ job positionहरु create गरिरहेको छ क्या like cloud FinOps manager भनेको चाहिँ there's someone in a company who's just looking at the cloud finances and cloud spend, and you look at the spending, you look at how you can minimize spending, and you can that's a job now, well paying job. And similarly, you have many positions like blogging. If you're like a good blogger, that's a position. If you like making videos, there's positions for that. If you like writing, there's positions for that. If you like creating events, speaking at events, there's a position for that. Now, the only thing when trying to work for a big company, try to research the company first, and you try to see which company you align with the most. Because having that passion for what a company is doing, it only helps you. Because I was really passionate about cloud computing, and so I was like fired up to get certified, and I was fired up to get a chance to work at Amazon, and I was fired up, and that helped me. That helps you, and obviously, like you can, let's say you don't need a passion for a certain company, but it helps tremendously. Right. So keep doing, something that will make you better and better at something, and you go deep, become an expert. Try to become, one of a kind. Try to give value, and you try to provide value. Try to share, learn from others, and try to just focus on one thing. And if you have passion, for a certain industry, for a certain company, it helps you. And at that point, you just talk with the FANG companies. You talk with the recruiters. You show interest. You apply. One thing that might be helpful is अब आजकल त हाम्रो धेरै नेपाली साथीहरु FANG कम्पनीहरुमा छ अब you can ask for a referral that always helps like that will help to get in front of the recruiter and at that point you just practice and interviewing. It's a big circle. Okay, you don't if you are good at tech, but if you're bad at interviewing, no good. I know. Unless you're like supremely good. Yeah, I know. Unless like once you talk with the person, they can just understand by looking at your face. I know he's like Mark Zuckerberg. I know. That doesn't happen. Yeah, but you can. होइन अब कसैले माइन्ड रिड नै नगरेसम्म त त्यो गाह्रो अब कम्युनिकेट गर्नु पर्यो नि त होइन कम्युनिकेट गर्नु पर्यो अब यु सुड कम्युनिकेट द्याट यु नो थिङ्स एन्ड यु विल बी मोटिभेटेड टु डु थिङ्स एन्ड युल बी मोटिभेटेड टु इनोभेट युल बी मोटिभेटेड टु डु बिग थिङ्स होइन अनि इट्स अबाउट doing one thing, being good at something, being passionate about that, and just looking at the whole thing, and start interviewing, right? And at one point, you, like I said, I tried working at Amazon since a while back. In fact, at one point, I think I applied at 25 jobs or something, no reply. At one point, I had just stopped, like, I'm not going to apply anymore. I'm going to just work in my current job before this. And suddenly I get a phone call from the recruiter. I know, and now they're asking to speak with me. I know, and at that point, they're saying, okay, you do this, and they're at that point, that's where you want to be. Recruiters are coming to you. I know, and you can do that by a few things. You can get referral from your friends working at Amazon, Facebook, Google, Microsoft, or you can get in touch with the recruiter. अघि भने जस्तै क्या लिङ्क्डइनमा चाहिँ टक्क ल मसँग चाहिँ 10 वटा सर्टिफिकेट छ भनेर लेखेपछि रिक्रुटरले पनि हेर्छ नि त हैन इट्स अ सिग्नलिङ हो नि त हैन अनि रिक्रुटरले चाहिँ कुरा गर्न रिजन दिनु पर्यो हैन अब 10x सर्टिफाइड अनि त्यसपछि टक टु द रिक्रुटर हैन कम्युनिकेट योर प्यासन हैन कम्युनिकेट योर स्किल्स योर रिक्वायरमेन्ट्स हैन अब इट्स अनि समटाइम्स हैन जस्ट टु वर्क फर अ बिग कम्पनी यु डोन्ट ह्याभ टु मेक कम्प्रोमाइजेस क्या like before I joined this position and I also had another job loop with Amazon but for a different position and I wasn't happy with the terms of the offer so I just said I'll just wait. So you don't want to be like big company ma kaam garchu bhandaima I have to get paid pay less liera मेरो pay cut गरेर जान not like that you should wait अब don't be in a rush to join a big company just understand just look at everything and make a decision and at one point it will be a good time to join a big company and you have to be prepared for that craziness when you join one of these big companies it's not a easy thing easy place to work at it's definitely people are
challenging
talented people are motivated everyone is motivated everyone wants to move forward do things change the world and you have to you can't go there unprepared like मैले भने नि अब without going too deep when I went to college and when I dropped out I was absolutely unprepared for college because I wasn't prepared I went from high school to community college to our next step for your college because my parents told me to because everyone does it but I wasn't prepared so it's you have to be prepared to work for a big company and you have to have the right mindset right work ethic right background and right attitude and at that point at that point you start creating options and you'll have options to work for multiple big companies and multiple FANG companies. At that point you choose should I go at Amazon or Facebook or Google or Microsoft that's where you want to be so
अति बाबा यसमा क्लाउड कम्प्युटिङमा फ्रीलान्सिङ अपर्चुनिटिजहरु कति हुन्छ किनकि कसैले लेट्स से दे माइट नट वान्ट टु वर्क फर अ कम्पनी बट दे माइट वान्ट टु डु सम फ्रीलान्सिङ
सो फ्रीलान्सिङमा चाहिँ दुईटा प्लेस छ अहिले फ्रीलान्सिङ गर्नलाई एउटा चाहिँ अपवर्क एउटा चाहिँ अपवर्क चाहिँ पहिलादेखि नै भइरहेको हो अपवर्कमा चाहिँ यु जस्ट सेट योर प्राइस अनि यु क्यान इभन अब युएसमा भएको नेपालीहरूलाई चाहिँ यु क्यान इभन से यु क्यान फिल्टर बाई युएस ओन्ली जब्स क्या यु हेभ वान एडभान्टेज द्याट सम कम्पनीज आर लुकिङ फर युएस ओन्ली पिपल सो यु क्यान गो टु द्याट फिल्टर एन्ड यु क्यान स्टार्ट अफरिङ योर सर्भिसेस फर लाइक आई डोन्ट नो 25, 35 to when you're beginning you don't want to set your price too high
Right.
And you want to be competitive, and you basically start working, find some jobs, get some reviews, and then you can once again show your certifications and that, and you get kind work, and you do your job, and share on social media, and get more clients, get more leads, and that similarly AWS ले पनि एउटा IQ भन्ने सर्भिस ल्याएको छ, where you can only do Amazon AWS ko consulting हुन्छ नि. You can help out customers with their AWS tasks, but for that say you need one associate certificate, and like there's a requirement, and once you do that, and the fee structure is pretty like 15% or something like commission हुन्छ हैन, very straightforward. Yeah. And you get a job, and you start working, and if you find one job, it's only going to be easier to find next job, and those two are probably the big ones in terms of freelancing, but go to meetups, talk to people, ask people if they can do anything, you can do anything for them. For example, you can create a website for them on the cloud, and super easy, like 2 hours ma, 2 घण्टा ma you can learn how to create a website, not just a website, but a website that's that performs well. That is secure, with HTTPS certificate, and it's global, it's on behind the cloud front, which is a CDN, and you can create these kind of things, and once you have the template, you can use that to create more websites for more people, without much work now. That's the power of automation and cloud formation, and automating your workflow. And at that point, obviously, you always have to think, like you go to a website, and if it's not encrypted, even if you don't offer that person, and you have to at least think, I should, यो मान्छेलाई चाहिँ मैले भनेर यो मान्छेको वेबसाइट बनाइदिन्छु, अनि यु हेभ टु स्टार्ट थिङ्किङ इट, हैन. अनि यु हेभ टु ट्राई थिङ्स, टक टु पिपल, हैन. अब एउटा मान्छेले चाहिँ भन्ला ल दाइ तपाईँको वेबसाइटमा बनाइदिन्छु भन्दाखेरि मलाई मतलब छैन, मलाई चाहिएको छैन भनेर, ल डोन्ट बी हैन डिमोटिभेटेड, हैन. अनि वर्क विथ समवन एल्स, ट्राई विथ समवन एल्स, हैन. मेबी दे विल लेट यु बिल्ड देयर वेबसाइट, अनि वन्स यु बिल्ड देयर वेबसाइट यु क्यान हैन गेट रिफरल्स, हैन. सो यु डोन्ट हेभ टु गो टु अपवर्क or IQ, हैन. There's you can build, हैन, and all you need is someone to offer you that small project, and don't say any project is small, and do whatever you can, and just build a network, build a network, and get some referral, and get some feedback, and that will only help you grow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Saurav, atti babal, atti ne khatra bhayo. I personally learned a lot from you.
Thank you.
I hope our audience, they also learn a lot. And what is your experience with giving back?
I liked being here, and I enjoyed talking to you. And obviously, मैले मात्र धेरै बोले आज, हैन. Maybe now there's obviously so much I can learn from you, like podcasting. I've thought about podcasting. So maybe one other day we can have another conversation, and I can learn from your side. Maybe I'll create a podcast one day and invite you, and I still learn about what goes in podcasting, So yeah, I mean, in terms of the platform, I think it's great. You have different people, and like I said, everyone can come, and you've created a podcast, and people can come and share what they think and what they know, and it's always good, like you can open it up to them, and they'll share whatever they want with the community. So I think it's amazing. It's amazing, and very glad to be here.
Thank you, Saurav.
Thank you.